be calling off from that little stupid thing that you call a job. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah.
All right now.
Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati.
That's right.
Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. You got a hard head because of your body soft. Any disagreements, I had to call it off. Pushing on the start like this was a Maserati. Baby, now you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. The red and the blue pill just might be some Adderall. Gave me so sick and I don't need a Tylenol. Don't need your 2 cents, I ain't even asking y'all. Even if you give it, I am not mad at y'all. In this demonic world, it's raining cats and dogs, lions and tigers and bears and the rest of all. Yeah. Just gotta ask if you motherfuckers mad or not. Cause y'all motherfuckers is living in Babylon, where everyone and their grandma gon' have a god. Everyone relationship getting sabotaged. It's that like music, I kind of big catalog showing everything humanity getting wrong, yeah. We were just going in spirals and circles. I just think I have an eye on a Virgo. Trust me, my lady, like I wouldn't hurt you. I wanna merge you, what we created, the sky be purple. I ain't Harry Potter, but let me go get my magic wand. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Like getting hard, that's the reason you call him God. I am the reason that you'll be calling off from that little stupid thing that you call a job. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah.
That's right.
Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. You know. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. You got a hard head because of your body soft. Any disagreements, I had to call it off. Wishing on the star like this was a Maserati. Baby, now you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. It wasn't after like seeing shit after all. When you pass away, that's when your soul is passing off. I need a bitch, I don't need me a nagging broad. Need someone with me, I don't gotta ask at all. Sappy your sexual weak on the shadow box. Your little G's always think me a magic eye, yeah. All your desires to cook up your habits stop.
For real.
Don't give a fuck about you or your little ratchet bro. Smoking on cabbage, back to back, tracking boss. Go to a whole nother world like an avatar. Girl, I'm a fertile, your eggs like it's caviar. I'm the best singer and I'm the best rapper, y'all. I'm the best rapper, don't sound like he rap at all. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Like getting hard, that's the reason you call on God. I am the reason that you'll be calling off from that little stupid thing that you call a job. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. Baby girl, you know that this is the Maserati. You got a hard head because of your body soft. Any disagreements, I had to call it off. Wishing on the star like this was a Maserati. Baby, now you know that this is the Maserati. Yeah.
Woo, 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 woo. Pika! Pika, 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 Pika! Pika! Pikachu! Oh, sorry. I'm speaking Pikachu. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a most important recap. He actually is fire in its purest form. He actually is. This shit is kind of crazy. Leo rising, Antari Sag Moon, Aries Sun, Exaltation. Like, I'm gonna break down his chart one day. Other than that, shout out to my true brother Uriel from Michael. And other than that, I hope you're ready. Okay. This is a whole Pokemon battle. This is a whole boss battle that we're stepping into. The moon is in Scorpio. Once it goes into Sagittarius, it is going to ascend you up into this conflict. Full moon Capricorn, you will feel the completion of the setup of this conflict, and you will know it is a boss battle season for sure. Okay. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to all of you. Okay. Quadruplicity, triplicity, general tendency is cardinal fire. I love it. I choose you, Pikachu. Okay. I'm going to break all of this down in the webinar that I am conducting in about 25 minutes. If you would like to join, first of all, if you're a part of Infinity Club, the link to the webinar is in the actual community tab. And if you would like to purchase, it is on sale. Everything is on sale for all of cancer season, half off. Okay. So you can get this webinar at $24.99 for $12.50. Okay. If you use the code HOLY, join us. Okay. What I'm going to prep you right now is a sneak peek of what I'm going to break down per rising. In that, where is this boss battle going to play out for you? Okay, regardless of your chart or not. Let's say you're Aries rising, then we know that Pluto is in your 10th. So this antagonist is playing out in your place of reputation, which you're considerably breaking through. Obviously, everybody watching this is different, but you'll find the first level of this challenge for Aries risings is you're free. And Aries, comment an exclamation mark if this is true for you. A lot of you are freaking out because you're like, wow, there's only less than the people I can count on one hand, people who I can actually feel comfortable sharing private stuff in my life with. Even if people meant well, it's like yeah, they mean well, but can they handle it? Like there's very few people who you can bring private stuff in your life and they'll either take you serious or like can help you. And it's beyond just being able to trust people. Right. Some of you are realizing it's really just you, like you're the one. And this boss battle is breaking through this extreme hatred or negativity that is staining your reputation. With Pluto transiting your 10th, a lot of your reputation through smear campaigns or just certain perspectives are threatening to kind of give you a certain image. You're gonna break through all of that and make everyone your bitch, like make the whole world, your enemies your footstool. But that's the boss battle for you. You're going to take out who you are really personally and show that to the world and make them realize, oh, they had you wrong. This is all the principle of integrity. So people who lose the boss battle are people who personally, you know what I'm saying, don't stand up or overcome said challenges, right? And okay, thank you, because I wasn't sure if it's the moon you're gonna feel it, so I'm glad the moon resonates as well. Virgo, okay, Virgo, this is your 5th house and your 11th house. So what you're breaking through with this first boss battle is how much more intensely you're in a position to transform who you trust in your social circle of friends. Because in the 5th house, you're breaking through wounds, or let's just say blockages in how creatively you express your talents. All right. And this first boss battle really is, no one really wants it as much as you, Virgo. You're going to put in hours into what you love to do. And your 11th house is opposite this. Like your certain associates could be pulling you away from what it is you love to do. Certain associates could be pulling you away from this expression of your creativity, which to many people will seem too extreme. And so how are you going to really, and I'm glad this resonates with you, how are you going to be in a position to find the right friends who can draw this out of you instead of distract you from it? Because that's going to lead into the Libra, which is now, how do your friends support how valuable you feel? What partnerships are you? See, I apologize because it's way deeper than this. Like I'm doing the best job I can to simplify this enough to kind of give you, you know what I'm saying, insight. The last one I'll sneak peek, because I'm going to go into all of the zodiac signs and we'll go more in depth into what this boss battle is going to look like for you. But let's take Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is an octave higher than Aries. This boss battle for you is people gaslighting the shit out of you on what you're valuable and what your worth is. Like you're literally moving mountains. And like people are like, yeah, that's not good enough though. Like, nah, you don't deserve that much. And you're just like, bitch, I'm the archer. Like I can shoot you in the face right now. Like I could shoot you in the face like right now. You're trying to like tell me that I'm not as valuable as I am. So this first boss battle is you're drawing hardcore boundaries. You're like, oh, that's how you feel? Fuck you, bitch. That's how you feel? Fuck you, bitch. Oh, that's how you feel? All right, you can come through. Like you're taking your power back. Like that's the boss battle. Like certain people realize that you have so much value, they have to pretend it's not that valuable so that they can kind of finesse you. But you want the smoke. That's what people don't understand about you. Like you are looking for the smoke all the time. So it's just gonna be messy. So that's your boss battle. you know what I'm saying, arc. Sag, you know I'm telling the truth. Okay. Like I relate with that because as a Gemini, it's kind of like opposite for me, but it's very similar. Okay. Okay, thank you. So Aries is in your fifth. Oh, Sag rising. Yep, Sag rising. Okay, Aries in the fifth. I feel you. I feel you. You have a portion of Aries in the fifth. Sag always wants to smoke. It's wild. It's wild. Like they be wishing people would. It's wild. It's wild. Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to once again prep you here. The whole purpose of this is to break through the extreme opposition that will trigger awakening. Okay. So remember, this is the final boss battle series, my friend. This is the final boss battle series. And the reason why you have to really embrace this is because after this, Pluto goes into Aquarius, and we have hackers, alien hybrids, and vampires that have mated with witches. And these are concepts that I'm leaving purposefully extreme enough and vague in a period where you will see infrastructure and anarchy. You will see infrastructure collapse and anarchy, and it's not going to be as scary as you think. This might be more liberating. It's not just going to happen at once, but these are themes that we're going to see at certain points during this next chapter. This is the end. This is the very last year that we have this Pluto Capricorn. Okay, Pluto was not in this position in Capricorn since 1776 when America had its Pluto return. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? My bad. But for real, like this is ooh, this is ooh, that Bubba Kush. I'm smoking that Pikachu Kush, boy. Pika Pika Pika. That Pika OG. Okay. So this listen, this is so important because like by the time we get into October and like Saturn's direct and Pluto's direct, okay, now you're starting to realize, damn, like everything I've been doing for the last 12 years wasn't random. Now you're unveiling with the sun opposite Neptune the entirety of a whole 2 decades worth of being guided by intuition and meeting certain people. And that's a lot to just be unveiled on you like that. Okay. So what's happening right now is a crucial breakthrough coming into that. All right. Trust me. Trust me. And the reason why this is very, 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 very important, okay, is you want to think of this boss battle as activating special power. You have raw original power. Okay. You have incredible power. You have social power. Then you have cancer, special power. Everyone has cancer in their chart. Not all of it is focused on, right? But cancer is special power. This is the uniqueness and the specialty of how you may feel about things. But you have special powers that are special. They're in a special category because they're not basic. They don't relate to just, it's not anyone that just has them. This is special. Every single one of you has been activating a special power, or you are related to someone or an environment that activates this. Because in many cases, you don't have to embody it. Not everyone is a Cancer, right? But regardless, when we talk about activating the special power, the conflict of opposition and the square of Jupiter is harnessing awakening and evolution. You have, through this Cancer season, been going through actual catalysts that push you in a position to realistically force activate your power through the way you overcome said challenges. And this is where you want to see this like a video game. Okay. Yes, spiritual. Yes, spiritual. I love that you mentioned Bleach because Bleach is such a direct parallel to this. Your soul goes to Soul Society or Soul World, unless you know you stay around or you go to Hueco Mundo, but like aka Scorpio, the underworld. But like this is so deep because what we're doing here is we're establishing the conflict. All right. This may have happened to some of you the very beginning of the season. For others of you, it's starting to happen. You're establishing conflict that may last for the next 6 months. Any conflict that may have started, no matter how small it looks, don't underestimate it. Don't overestimate it, but don't underestimate it. Okay. And before I go into this, what is everyone's power? I'm glad you asked. Gemini season revealed the name of your spirit. Let's take Zompakto, for example. Every Zompakto has a name. You have to have the release call and the name. Once you understand your attitude, this new moon in Cancer activated this special power. Once we step into the moon in Capricorn, many of you for the first time will be using this power. Does it make sense that once you plant seeds for a new special power in the new moon, it takes about a week and a half to 2 weeks to actually fully harvest it so that you can use it? You're going to harvest it, take it on the stage in Leo and shine, baby. So keep in mind that we are establishing conflict right now. Okay, Zampakuto. It's actually with the K. We are establishing conflict. And some of you could even be the aggressors, but whether you're the initiator or not, because you know conflict is a two-way street, and this is a Zompakto, by the way, the soul cutter sword. I'll do a special live breaking that down, okay? But I want you to think about Cancer season, borrowing Aries, right? Coming from Gemini. And what do I mean establishing conflict? Great question. This is the season. So for like it's already happened to me beginning of the season. It's happened to certain people. For some of you, it may happen near to the opposition of Pluto. Regardless, every single one of you are establishing the conflict. That's why it's very important, you know what I'm saying, to know at least where in your house this is playing out. So you'll be able to recognize it as it happens. It doesn't have to be something bad, but it's something you want to at least be aware of. So this season is establishing the conflict. It's the sun opposing Pluto. Okay. This conflict that's establishing in whatever form it is, whether it's a beef with somebody, whether it's a behavior or habit that is impeding you, whether it's a disaster or tragedy, you will know because this season it's going to establish itself. It doesn't even have to be a bad conflict. Maybe it's a good conflict that you have to integrate, you know, a conflict or challenge that ends up really good for you, but it's a conflict. Everyone is coming into a conflict. You either already experienced it or you're starting to experience it. This is the beginning. We have Gemini that sparked and set up the spark to this. Then we have Libra season. The second boss battle is where we're activating special power now. We're mastering true power. We're mastering the power we've activated now. Okay. And it doesn't have to be one, it could be a variety of challenges, right? But like what's going to be interesting is by Libra season, once we go through Virgo of mastery and practice, the boss battle we have in October, okay, is going to take power we activated now and it will have been mastered. We're going to revisit the conflict that was established where it would have grown up to a certain point by then. And by then, we will have mastered power and in Libra, bridged partnerships with people who we connect with and our ops doing the same thing, making it more like a team versus a team thing, or just more directly confronting one-on-one or with a team the issue. By October, you have mastered this power. Why is this important? You're activating it right now. So you still want to be in a position to keep an open mind with it. You don't want to worry about whether it's mastered until around September into October. Then the final boss battle, after you've crossed the bridge and the threshold of October, and you've taken this individual, what makes the second boss battle different from the first boss battle is the first boss battle is individual. This is how you individually feel. Based on how you individually feel about this conflict is going to determine how you're going to express those feelings, Libra, socially. Now this is the boss battle, but socially with other people, where you have an individual feeling with it, but Libra season, you pull up on them. Now it's like, okay, what's up? What are we going to do? Because you were talking all this saucy stuff on the internet, but like, I'm here right now. So like, how are we going to do this? I've practiced my abilities. I'm ready for you. Then we have the final boss battle, which is the aftermath of whatever conflicts have established since 2008. And they don't have to draw from then, but this is going to conclude everything. It's the boss battle of all boss battles. And Sagittarius, whereas Virgo was mastery and Gemini was alignment, you've ascended your power. You've taken your power to the next level, kind of like right before you fight the final boss, you get the final magic weapon that can only beat the boss. You know what I'm saying? Or you level up your Pokemon to the third evolution stage, and then you finally fight the final boss. Okay. So we'll talk about that then. But all of this has a lot to do with, of course, this initial conflict. And for ops hiding, right? Because many of you may not even know they're looking at you. There are certain people looking for you to slip up. Like all of this is being brought to a head with this full moon and with the opposition to Pluto. Okay. The opposition to Pluto is also squaring Jupiter. So you have the greatest potential for growth and evolution by stepping directly into these conflicts. The principle of breaking through the boss battle is, yes, because Saturn is on our north node. Thank you, Nikki. It's a good question. Whether you're born in the 70s or the 90s, or you know what I'm saying. But once again, the principle of overcoming this is integrity. So you should only be afraid of this boss battle if you don't have integrity. Like if you have shit to hide, if you've been moving greasy out here in these streets, if you've been frauding people, if you've not been practicing what you preach, if you have not been putting in work, if you've just been a general loser, you're just basically just lying, you need to be afraid about this boss battle. This boss battle will F you up. You're done. And if you're dealing with people who do that, your integrity is going to have you overcome those liars. This is where with that boss battle, they may lie to a group of people. They may get support from people who look the part, but don't back down. You have integrity. You are in the right. That's the whole point of this. So that's why fear and shame and guilt is being used to take away your advantage. But if you are already aligned with God, if you're already aligned with integrity, you need to be talking shit. You need to be talking shit. Like you need to be like, bitch, you don't stand a chance. Do you know what time it is? Like you kind of have to bring the fanfare. Trust me, I know that's unorthodox, but like we have Chiron and Aries, so you don't have to really polish this. The rawer, the better. All right. You are coming with integrity and you should literally be in a position to challenge yourself. If anything comes up that you have to take accountability for, just take accountability for it. You be straight. That's it. Like this is going to help you do all of that. And that's it. I hope that brings many of you a lot of relief, because this is going to bring up the ugly side of people who have not done the work. Of people like you're going to understand more than ever through this Cancer season that many people have just been delusional about who they are. Many people really believe themselves to be spiritual, but their actions don't show that at all. And it's not even, you can't take personal what they're doing, because it's really just more of a reflection of how dark they are, how what they're going through. We're not necessarily making excuses for people, but this Cancer season is going to be ugly. Like Cancer isn't ugly. Cancer is gorgeous, but Cancer is going to reveal the ugly. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay. So it is what it is. I'm going to step into this webinar room and start in 5 minutes. Click the description box below if you want to know more specifics around how to deal with this boss battle. The Peace Dealer got you. I'm rocking with Pikachu. Hurt people. But for those of you who don't want to look into the webinar, and you are ready to prepare for this boss battle, here's the best advice I could give you. Once again, it's integrity based. So the first part of this is you're activating special power. Everything you activate, which the way you'll know you overcame the first boss battle is you are going to, with the opposition, be confronted with an extreme challenge. How do I get the webinar? If you click the description box below, you will actually see a link to the webinar right here, as you can see. Want to make sure you see it. Description, webinar, collection, boom. Once you purchase, you will get access to the PDF. And in that PDF, you will also be able to gain access to the actual webinar. Okay. Also would like to welcome Sarah to the $1 Billion Vibe Tribe. Okay. So, and yes, the webinars are fire for everyone who's kind of tuned in. I don't miss. We be going in and they have great replay value. They are timeless. When's the next boss battle? The next boss battle is the new and full moon in Libra that will set it off. I know we missed the consent ritual before, but we'll pick it up back Libra season. But the next boss battle is Sun in Libra, square Pluto and Capricorn. It is not pre-recorded. It is live, but after it's live, the replay is available. So I'm going to go do this webinar in 3 minutes. Like I'm going to start maybe in 10 minutes, drink some water beforehand, but I'm going to end this live pretty soon. But once again, for any of you who can't make it to the webinar, the last advice I want to give you is this is how you're going to know you're overcoming the boss battle. All right. Because it doesn't have to be just a one-time thing. Basically, you are going to be direct. The opposition of Pluto is you being directly confronted with your sincere feelings. There's oppositions. This is collective opposition. The Manta Ray, welcome to Infinity Club. If you go on my YouTube community tab, okay. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth, but I want to make sure you are aware of this. So if you go to the community tab on YouTube, you will see this link right here. It is on the community tab with also the daily cards. Wanted to make sure that was clear. Okay, so you are going to be confronted with your own sincere feelings. It doesn't matter about what side is what, because everyone will experience this. The whole purpose of this boss battle is in the face of collective pressure. This is individual feelings opposite the collective pressure. The pressure comes from the extremeness of Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, the old traditional structure that will hold on until it literally dies. And so your individual sincere feelings will come to a clash with certain traditional norms, social collective norms that you will be confronted on. Will you back down? Will you back down? Some of you have family members who represent this. You might be the black sheep. When you get confronted about, hey, why do you feel this? Do you really feel this? All you have, the first boss battle is kind of simple. All you have to do is just maintain that and keep that same energy going into Leo season, perform it opposite Saturn, and whether they boo you or not, be like, you're welcome, bitch. I perform, bitch. Anyway, this is you breaking through the courage to maintain your sincerity and integrity and not change up because a whole group of people feel like you're a loser or feel like you're delusional. I'm not saying to believe in delusional beliefs. Sagittarius gonna have so much fun with this. I'm saying to just stand up for what you believe in. That's it. If maybe you find out maybe it's not right, you can change it. If maybe you find out it's right, then champion it. But it's not about being right or wrong right now. That's gonna be the false ultimatum and the guilt, shame, manipulation matrix Pluto, the shadow of Pluto and Capricorn is expressing towards this boss battle. Once we step to the second boss battle, this issue is now social. You need to stand up for your individual feelings in Cancer. And then it's going to be collective in Capricorn, where the whole team is involved. Like whether you deal with it individually, you're directly confronting this. So this, Sag was born for this shit. So this is so important. Cosmic Kitty, I would like to welcome you to the $1 Billion Vibe Tribe. Welcome. $1 Billion Vibe Tribe members get access to the daily cards. All right. So it doesn't have to be trial and error. For some of you, it will. For others of you, you're just going to show up and you're just going to handle it. Okay. For others of you, you've already handled the boss battle years ago. You're collecting your spoils. So everyone is different. Mental manipulation is at an all-time high. Pluto's at the end of Capricorn. So I believe in y'all. Okay. Moving forward, once we go into the moon in Sag in a few hours, you're going to see evidence of everything that I've been saying my whole career, especially the past 2 weeks. You're going to be receptive to the vision of this power you're activating so you can integrate it properly, harvest it, moon and cap, and then step onto that boss battle. I believe in you. You made it here for a reason. You are built to overcome, and we will meet each other socially in the Libra second boss battle where, things master a bit and get super real. So I'm going to go to the other side for any of you who want more in-depth insight on finding your soul. This Cancer season, we are finding our soul. We have the true epiphany of Gemini. We activated our identity in Aries. We manifested that value in Taurus. And now in Cancer season, we're finding our soul. We are tapping in for the last time since 2008 in this Pluto opposition, our unique psychic signature. We're breaking it in. Every Pluto opposition is an activation and awakening that more extremely has you feel to the depths of extreme emotions to really feel who you are. The soul power you're going to activate and integrate right now will lead more into this incredible realization of what your soul feels like. Many of you already found it. You're going to help other people find it. So if you want more insight, I'll see you on the other side. You guys stay blessed as always. And until next time.